All right, let's look at the different types of movement that you can use to move the pen. First, let's look at the most common, which is just normal writing is what I would call it. In the penmanship world, we call this finger writing with the hand rested on the table. So I have the side of my hand rested on the table, providing a ton of stability, and I'm using my fingers to write. And when I get here, I can't go any further, so I have to pick up my hand, move it. Very common. This is how everybody writes. Works just like that. So now we're going to take the hand off the table, off the side of the hand off the table. We're going to rest on these two fingers here, on the nails, maybe on this little pad here on the side of the finger, depending on if you want to be more like this or more up like this. And we're just going to use pure finger movement with the hand off the table. So we can go across like that, and we can just keep writing because our hand's off the table, we're not resting on it. We don't need to stop to reposition our hand. You do get it to a certain point with the arm where I don't want to go past that, and this is already kind of stretching. I'm much more comfortable writing in this position, but I can keep writing this way, but there is a point where, like, all right, I got to move the paper or slide my arm over, and I'm just resting on the forearm. I have this sweater so you can't really see, but just above the elbow or below the elbow, how you want to think about it. Yeah, below the elbow, I guess we could say. That's resting on the edge of the table. And I have videos about this on my channel. I'll put in the description. But you just write like that, and it looks like this. Pretty quick pace there. You can go slower. But just using the fingers. Now, if you want to learn to write like this, you got to spend some time getting comfortable with this position. Most people find this very uncomfortable, very unstable. You got to get comfortable with resting that forearm on the edge of the table and using that as your point of stability, not the side of the hand. All right, so now let's look at pure arm movement. So now we're not using the fingers at all. So as here we were going up and down with the fingers like this, kind of moving side to side with the arm. Now we're just, and we would use this, you're not just using the arm to go side to side, you're using the fingers to kind of rotating the hand that way. But now we're just going to use pure arm movement. So no finger movement. As you can see, the fingers aren't moving, the hand's not moving. And again, I have that full range of motion that the arm gives me, but I'm not using the fingers. And really the beauty of this script, or this movement script, is that you can just write all day like this. There's no fatigue at all. You're using your big arm muscles to move the pen, to move this little tiny lightweight pen. It's very simple and easy and pain-free. So if you have to do a lot of writing, this can be beneficial. But you lose a little precision in that. It's harder to write really small like this. It's harder to be quite as accurate as using the fingers like I am here. You can be a little more precise with the fingers, especially if you're using that stability of planting the hand down on the table. You can be a lot more accurate when you're just kind of drawing slowly like this. If you really need to do some good handwriting, you can do really good stable handwriting like that. So we've done the hand on the side, hand up, fingers, hand up, pure arm movement, no finger movement. Now you can do combination movement. It's not something that I'm particularly an expert at, but it's really just more of it's a combination of fingers and arms. So you're really using that arm movement to do these upstrokes, and then you're just transitioning into finger movement for the downstrokes. So arm movement up, and then transitioning to finger movement for down. And you can see I go up, and I pull the pen down with my hand and fingers. Down with the hand, out with the arm. And the idea is to really get the precision, combine these two movements so you get the precision of the fingers on these downstrokes, and then you get the grace, the freedom of movement of the arm on these horizontal strokes, lateral strokes. If I get a little smaller. Okay. That's the kind of movement we're looking at with combined movement. So there you have it. Finger movement with the hand planted, finger movement with the hand up, pure arm movement, and then a combination of that arm movement and the finger movement. That is the basis of all handwriting. And if you're looking at traditional American penmanship, you're doing everything with your hand up off the table, just gliding on these two fingers and using that arm to really control the pen and generate the force of the pen, and then combining that movement with the finger movement to give you some accuracy and precision in your letters. And that's really how the best traditional American penmanship is done, with that combined movement. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about all this stuff, I got tons of videos on my channel. I'll link to a few in the description. Or check out my website, thepalmermethod.com. I have an intro series there that just really introduces you to the Palmer Method, how all this works, and kind of what it takes to learn all this stuff. But for now, that's it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.